को क्या बोल? Use something above that, something like सातवें आसमान, cloud 9.
On cloud 9.
Okay. Okay. Chalo. Let's get started. Yes. Good. So how many of you are certified? How many of you are certified now? How many of you got your email? Awesome. Super. And how many of you didn't? Am I well audible?
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
Yes. Chalo. Let's get started. Let's get started with a couple of topics. I'm going to take another topic, then Mehernosh will get a topic, and then we will have the actual celebration. Okay. In a couple of minutes, I will again mute all of you. But before that, let's see how to manage pain with NLP. Anybody here today who right now has some kind of a pain?
So physical pain?
Physical pain, yes. I'm not talking about this person is a pain, that madam is a pain, my boss is a pain. वो वाला pain नहीं. Actual physical pain in the body.
Actual pain in the body.
Anybody? Okay,
Yes.
Dr. Shaila. Acha, doctor has a pain. Okay. Dr. Shaila has a pain. Milind has a pain. Okay, let's check what their pains are. Dr. Shaila, can you tell me what this pain is about?
It is about sciatica.
About?
Sciatica.
Don't talk like a doctor, please. Talk like a human. Talk like a.
I'm not the physician. I'm not a physician. I've done my PhD.
Achha, a PhD doctor. Okay,
Yes.
okay, ठीक है. What do you mean by sciatica? I didn't get you.
Back pain. Some nerve is being compressed, and sometimes it makes difficult for me to move.
Okay, fine. तो मुंह लगाओ ना. Anyways. नहीं. So, is it paining right now? Is there a pain right now?
Slight.
There may be a situation right now, but is there a pain right now?
No, it's very negligible pain. It's
Okay,
a severe.
Let's check दूसरा कोई है क्या जिसको ज्यादा तकलीफ हो रही है. Milind, how about you? What pain do you have right now?
On my left feet, because I'm a marathon runner. So in month of May, in a span of 9 days, I participated in almost 9 to 10 events, almost 3 separate. So I came back from there, and that time from 22nd of May onwards, on my left foot, I have it's a paining, so I can't even properly run. So the moment I start running, this particular area starts paining, this top part of my leg.
Okay, got it. Is it paining right now?
Yeah, slight pain is there, consistent.
Okay,
so if I walk nowadays, it's okay, but the moment I start running, that pain comes.
No, I'm not talking about when you start running and all. Right now,
yeah, some pain is there. That weakness I can feel.
Okay. Yes. Okay, fine. Okay.
Sir,
Anybody else?
I also have pain, sir. Sir, I also have pain.
अभी तैयार किया क्या आपने? नहीं. ठीक है. बोलो.
नहीं सर, मेरे को नेक की प्रॉब्लम होती है. अभी भी है, पेन है.
अभी है.
हाँ जी.
ठीक है. Okay. Neck pain, foot pain, back pain. Anybody else? Shoulder, elbow, upper back, lower back, stomach ache, headache. Abhida is saying I have terrible migraine pain. Okay. Emotional pain nahi. Emotional ke liye you have anchors already. Emotional pain is already addressed. You have to use anchors for that. Okay. Chinmay has a hand pain. Okay. He has already raised his hand. By the way, I only allow people who have their videos on to volunteer. I don't take volunteers who don't switch on their videos. Okay. I think Chinmay likha hai, koi aur hi hai. Okay. I'm guessing you'll do anchoring with a healthy state. Na re Raghav. We don't repeat what we have taught. Okay. I have had ligament tear. Ligament tear ke liye nahi hai NLP. Okay. Chalo. Let us see. I'll take a couple of volunteers. Let me take Milind. Let me take Rajesh.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
But all of you can do the same thing. Just understand it's a very, very simple way of relieving pain. Any kind of pain that you have, a nagging pain, something like a backache, headache, neck ache, shoulder ache, foot ache, which we keep having every now and then for whatever reasons. Okay. These type of pains can be resolved with this technique. Before I teach you the technique, I want to give you a heads up that this technique has to be used very, very judiciously. Don't use it simply because you know it. Okay. For example, in case of Milind, I'm going to take Milind also as a volunteer. I'm going to help him resolve his pain. Fine. But what this technique does is it resolves the pain, doesn't resolve the root cause of the pain. I repeat, this resolves the pain, the feeling, that itching feeling, that painful feeling is resolved. The root cause is not resolved with this. This is like taking a painkiller. A painkiller makes you feel good that there is no pain, but that doesn't change the root cause. If you have a ligament tear and if it is paining, it doesn't put the ligament back together. Fine. If you have fractured your leg and if this is paining, it doesn't put your fracture back together. Doesn't put your okay. So Milind, this technique can be used to resolve
Your audio is breaking, sir.
Audio is
Yes.
breaking.
I think
Okay. Hold on.
Pavan sir has lost the connection.
Am I good now?
Yes.
Now better, yeah.
Okay. Okay. May I request, except Rajeshri and Milind, everybody else to switch off your video for a few minutes because I'm on a weak network connection right now. Okay. If all others can switch off your videos, that will reduce some bandwidth. Okay. And if need be, I may also switch off my video. Fine. So, so Milind, what I was saying is you have to be sure that when it is paining, you can use this technique to resolve the pain, but that doesn't mean you now go and continue running the marathon. If there is some problem in your foot, you need to fix that problem before you continue your running. Otherwise, because it is not paining, you will run more and then you will aggravate the challenge, aggravate the situation, right? This is not what we want to do. Okay, so let's get into the technique and then I'll give you a couple more examples of where you need to be careful. Fine. So, Milind, what I wanted to do is, and Rajesh, you can also do this on the side. Fine. Wherever it is paining right now, observe that part. Observe that part. Fine. Now observe the pain. Observe the pain. Wherever it is paining, observe this pain and ask yourself, if this pain was a physical thing, okay, just a moment, I'm going to mute everybody and then only unmute Milind and Rajeshri. Just to unmute and Rajeshri, gallery, ask to unmute. Okay. Okay. So, so Milind, observe this pain. Fine. And as you observe this pain, think about this. If this pain was an actual thing, if it was something there in your foot, or Rajeshri, if this pain was actually a thing, something there in your neck, if it was an actual thing, not a virtual thing, but an actual thing, what would it be? What do you think, Milind? What is it in your neck? In your foot, sorry. Rajeshri, what is there in your neck?
A needle.
A needle. Okay. Milind, what's there in your foot? Okay. Don't mute yourself again, Milind, because then you cannot unmute. Once you unmute, please remain unmuted. Yeah.
This something has gone inside, like it's a broken thing, something inside.
Broken what?
Okay.
If you could identify what that thing is. Okay. Simply tell me, just observe that thing, whatever it is, and tell me what is the color of that thing.
Whitish.
Whitish. And what is the shape of that thing?
Like a threads.
Like threads. Okay.
Threads, veins.
What is the okay, is it a shining surface or is it a matte surface? What is it like?
Matte surface.
Matte surface. Okay. What is the temperature of that thing? Is it hot, cold, warm? What is it? Cold. Okay.
Cold.
Okay. And what is the size of that thing?
About this much portion.
Okay. What is the shape?
It's a mass, like a not very solid. It's a JV type thing.
Okay. So let's do one thing, Milind. Let me come to Milind, then I'll come to Rajeshri. Let's do one thing, Milind. A jelly type of a mass. Okay. And then there are some threads into it, right? So let's first heat up that jelly type of a mass. Okay, it's cold already. So let's heat it up. Imagine you have put it on some gas or burner or tawa or whatever, fry karo, jo karna hai karo. Okay, heat it up a bit. As you heat it up, the jelly is diluting and finally becoming liquid, and eventually further heating up, it is evaporating. Okay. Keep that mass in the sun to dry for a few moments, and you see that all the jelly liquid is gone and only threads are remaining. White colored threads are remaining. Fine. You wonder what to do with these threads. You think the best is to burn them into ashes. Fine. So you take those threads while they're still in your leg. You take those threads and you use a lighter and light them up, fire them up. Okay. So those threads are obviously being dry threads. They are now catching fire very quickly, burning down, and within a few moments you see that entire thing has gone down into ashes. Fine. All those white threads are now become gray colored or black colored ash. Fine. You take that ash in your hands, you wonder what to do with that ash. It was jelly, then it became threads, now it is powder. It was white, now it has become black. It was cold, now it is hot because it is ash. And you wonder what to do with that ash, and you think, well, what else can I do? I just blow it away. So you go to your balcony and you blow that ash out of your window. Fine. Okay, come back to the training. Open your eyes and check your feet. Tell me, how does it feel?
Yeah, almost. I don't feel that pain. Yes,
Have
yes.
a small walk, not a brisk walk, but a simple walk around the room, within the room, and tell us how it is.
Yeah, it's all.
Gone?
Yeah.
Congratulations, you are certified.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Good, very good. I'll come back to the logic of this, but let me talk to Rajeshri for a few minutes. You can mute yourself now. Thank you for volunteering, Milind. Okay, Rajeshri.
Yes, sir.
So you have a needle in your neck.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now tell me, what is the color of this needle?
Maybe black, sir. I'm seeing it as black.
Black.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is the size of this needle?
It's a long needle, sir. वो बोरी
Long.
सिलने वाला type कोई. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Is the needle shining or is it mattish?
It's not shiny, mattish.
A thick needle or a thin needle?
Thick needle.
Thick needle. Okay. And does it have a hole on one side or is it all straight?
No, hole on one side.
It has a hole on one side and pointed on the other side?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's do one thing. First of all, needles are good when they are shining and that steel or silver kind of a color. Black needles don't make sense to me. Okay. So let's first take that needle, take a polished paper or something, some rough surface, or your, bartan kisne ka dali or whatever you use. I don't know. Take that and apply some detergent, rub it on the needle and get all the black color out. Let the needle shine. Okay, shouldn't take too much time. Few moments is enough.
Sure.
Must kiss there. Fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Now you think this needle is not something that I want to use to sew anything. So let's first fill the gap inside that hole. Fine. Or let's get rid of the hole on one end. So what you do is you take a hammer and I don't know, hammer and some kind of a knife or something, and you hit that knife or that channi or whatever you call it on the needle and cut one end of the needle where there is a hole.
Oh, I have to cut. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
And that small piece where there was a hole, you take it and throw it away.
Okay.
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 That doesn't make it a needle anymore. It's not a needle anymore, right? Because there's no hole on one end. On the other end, you see there is a pointed thing. So it is still a nail. It can still be used as a nail, if not a needle. Correct?
Yes.
Fine. And you wonder, I don't want something so sharp. So you take a hammer, you take the channi and break the other end also.
Okay.
Okay. And throw it away. Now it doesn't have a hole. It is not pointed at the other end. It is neither a needle nor a nail. Fine. The rest of it is simply a metallic piece.
Yes.
And it is not even black, not even matte. It is now shiny steel kind of a surface. But it is useless. What do you do with it? Fine.
Throw it away. Yes.
So you take it out from your neck and you throw it away. Throw it away in the trash. And now there is nothing there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Come back to the training and maybe move your neck a little bit. Check how it is.
Better, sir.
Better?
Yes.
Not
sir.
completely gone?
One side somewhere, maybe when I spoke to you that I had a point where that was paining. So now that is not there. Which
Achha, that is not there. Okay, wonderful. And what's there on the other side?
Here some, I don't know, constraint this side. Some nerve or what like that.
What is it? If it was a thing, then what would it be?
It'd be a tube-like thing, sir.
Tube-like thing.
Yes, sir. वो gas का जो tube होता है ना sir, like hard, like that.
Is it on or off? Is it switched on or switched off? Is it throwing light or is it switched off?
It's switched off. Switched off.
Switched on. Okay. So एक काम करते हैं, उसको पहले switch off कर दो.
Okay, sir.
Okay. फिर वो ट्यूबलाइट को बाहर निकालो. और आपके घर में मिक्सर होगा ना, मिक्सर?
हाँ जी.
हाँ, वो ट्यूबलाइट को उसके अंदर डाल दो. थोड़ा पीसेस करके. फिर उसको मस्त ग्राइंड करो मिक्सर में. ओके. सब पाउडर बन जाता है. ट्यूबलाइट becomes powder very quick.
Correct.
है ना?
Correct.
Now take that powder out. And what do you do with that powder? There's nothing to do. So blow it away into the out of your balcony. Okay. And mixer को अच्छा धो के रखना because उसमें glass powder है. You don't want to mix it with your vegetables. So अच्छा धो के रख देना. ठीक है? Back. Check the neck now. Can you all see the relief and smile on her face?
Yes, sir. I am feeling happy.
Good. Very good.
Yes,
great. Thank you. Thank you, Rajesh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Your pain is gone. Great. So very simple technique, friends. You have already learned the core concept behind this. What do you think I used here? Type in the chat box. What do you think I used here? Submodalities. Exactly. Pain, like I said, everything has a representation in your mind. Everything outside has an internal representation. It has some properties, some parameters. That is what submodalities are, correct? Similarly, pain also has an internal representation. Pain is not an actual thing, but when you think about it, you can compare it with something like Milind said, it is a ball of thread or a jelly with threads in it. Like Rajesh said, it is a needle, then it is a tube light. We all compare pain with something or the other. Okay. Now, when you do that, you are changing those parameters of the pain. When you change parameters of the pain changes to something else. It is not pain anymore. Fine. So very simple, everything is a set of parameters. When you change the parameters, you change how you feel about it. Now, like I said, this is a temporary process to give you relief from the pain. This does not fix the original problem. Okay. And that is why this process has to be used very, very judiciously. Let me give you an example. Let us say you are going somewhere with your friend, and you are walking on the road. Something happens and some vehicle hits your friend. Your friend falls down. He has a fracture in the leg and he is paining deeply. You immediately call a few people. You see how you can take him to the hospital. But meanwhile, your friend is in deep pain, because obviously when the bone breaks, there has to be deep pain, right? Only those who have a fracture, have ever had a fracture, can feel what the pain is like. Others cannot, right? So what kind of, now when this happens to your friend, you wonder, we will take him to the doctor, but until then let me relieve some pain. And you know this technique of relieving temporary pain. Now if you actually relieve the pain with this technique, if you tell your friend, observe your pain, what it is, do this, do that, change the color, change the texture, etc., and you relieve the pain or partially relieve the pain, what do you think will happen? Your friend, who was taking care of his leg so much because it is paining, was not moving the leg at all. Because it is not paining, now may start you moving the leg. Now may even think of walking on the leg because it is not paining. When pain is not there, why do I worry? Correct? So it is very important not to use this technique in such situations where pain is an alarm or pain is a useful thing to avoid future damage. If the leg is fractured, might as well let it pain until you reach the doctor, not resolve the pain with such techniques, because the friend may actually hurt the bones more. Okay, if the pain is not there. Fine. So everything has a also many times with wonderful way of saving your future damage. Be very careful which pain you are fixing with this. Okay. Now, one very important thing here. When you do this technique gives you temporary relief. Then when to use it? Sometimes you get up, you have a nagging headache, but you have an important meeting or a training to attend. You can use this technique, resolve the headache, attend the pain training, you are good. Sometimes for no reason, there is a backache, there is a shoulder ache, there is a knee ache, there is a leg ache, there is a hand ache, there is a whatever, right? You can use this technique to get relief from the pain. Okay, there's a wonderful question, how long the relief will be? The relief will be only as long as the painkiller gives you relief. If it is an actual issue in the body, for example, if there is a bone problem, if there's a gap in your bones or whatever, then this technique is not going to fix that gap. This is not a cure. I repeat, this is not a cure, but this is a wonderful way to give you temporary relief. Fine. Sometimes maybe half an hour, sometimes maybe 1 hour, sometimes maybe 2 hours. And if it was anyways just a random pain here and there, then it may be completely gone also. But if it is because of some chronic issue, you already have gap in your spinal cord, let's say, तो gap नहीं fix होने वाला इससे. But someday it is paining and you have an important meeting, that pain is not allowing you to focus on the meeting, you can quickly use this technique, get rid of the pain, so you can focus on the meeting. Fine. So this is a pain reliever, not a cure. Keep that in mind. But still a very powerful way to get rid of pain whenever there is a nagging pain and you have something more important to do. Okay. Simply look at the submodalities of the pain, change the submodalities, the pain becomes something else or it is gone. Okay. It is not pain anymore because the submodalities are not that of pain. Okay. So that was about pain relief. I'm going to hand it over to Mehernosh for one more topic and then we will go into the certification. Of course, you can do it on yourself. Sangeeta, you can do this on others as well. Okay, good. So Mehernosh, over to you.
Thank you. Thanks, Pawan. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good. So good to be here and all excited about your certification, Convocation. Yes. Good. So before that, we'll cover one more small topic. This topic is not something new. You have all read it in your manual and you have also answered a question on it in your assignment. The topic is NLP presuppositions, the beliefs of excellence. You answered about the top 5 that you were able to resonate with. Some of you wrote even more than 5. Nice. Whatever you could relate to, you have shared. Now, we have understood that from a very theoretical aspect that what these presuppositions are. The purpose of sharing it today on the last day of the convocation is to use that in a manner to also revise and recap the topics, all the techniques and the principles that we've learned so far. And that is because if you look at every presupposition, somewhere that is forming the base of the various techniques. So as we go through the list of presuppositions, I would like you to relate it and connect it to which topic or which technique does this presupposition work on, or which technique that you have seen so far in NLP uses that particular presupposition, and which technique that you have seen in NLP so far also enhances that particular presupposition. So let's begin and then we'll take it one by one. So as we know that these presuppositions are called also as beliefs of excellence. Now, what are beliefs? Beliefs are something that you believe to be true, something that you are quite certain about. They may not necessarily be true. All that we believe around us, whatever we think is a fact, whatever we think is certain, that is our belief. Now, these 18 beliefs are such that will help you to achieve success in a better way, in a more composed and a focused state of mind, relate to other people in a better way. So let's begin with each of them. We'll take it as a mind map. So you'll have this complete one mind map of the presuppositions. First one is around the model of the world. Everyone has a unique model of the world. Then respect each other's model of the world. And the map is not the territory. Now, quick discussion: in which NLP techniques or processes have you used this principle? Or those techniques have helped you to further enhance this principle? Yes, meta model, rapport, yeah. What did you learn on the first day itself that told us that everyone will have a different map? Presentation systems, okay. Meta model, rapport. One model we had done, a principle, the filters, okay. All techniques, yeah, they have somewhere or the other, every technique will work on all the presuppositions as well. Internal representation, yes. Internal representation we did in which model? The communication model of the mind. Something happens as an external event, it gets processed through the filters, and then it sits in the form of the internal representations. What is happening externally could be the same thing, but when viewed by different people, the internal representations are formed differently. And that is what everyone has a unique model of the world. The model of the world is created because of the internal representations that are there in our head. And the 3 filters that are applied over there are distortion, deletion, and generalization. When we say respect the model of the world, which techniques help us to respect it? Yeah, DDG. Which techniques help us to respect it? How can we suddenly just start respecting someone's model of the world? Perceptual position, yes, that gives us the perspective of where the person is coming from. Yet getting into the second person's point of view. Also the fly on the wall, that is perceptual position. What else? Reframing is about somewhere showing a different model of the world, a different perspective. Yes. VK dissociation is a technique that will help you to resolve that. Not exactly focusing on this part. You had mentioned earlier in the chat, it is rapport. Rapport. Meta model will help you to get into details of the other person's model of the world. वहां जाने के पहले at least have an appreciation that okay, my view may be different from that person's view. And respecting, please make a note of this. Respecting the other person's model of the world does not mean readily agreeing to the person's model of the world. You may not agree. You may not, say that that person's view is correct and mine is wrong. That's not the purpose of this. This is to realize, okay, I have a view. I have a particular model of my mind. And other people are also entitled to have their own model of the world. And like when you were learning about rapport and when we did those 4 rounds of agree, disagree, match, mismatch, when you were disagreeing and matching, automatically you start getting an understanding that, okay, there is some other way to look at it. Without even, diluting your own perspective. Okay, fine, there is another way to look at it, and it helps you to get a better understanding when you are in rapport by matching, mirroring, cross mirroring, pacing and leading, all those techniques that we have seen, right? So that is about respecting the model of the world. And in fact, every technique that we use in NLP follows this principle. Yes, first agree and then take the person where they want to be. Meet them where they are and then take them to where you want them to be. Even negotiation is based on the same. You first build rapport and then you chunk up, chunk down. That is again about starting with where they are. Map is not the territory. We uncovered more of the territory by questioning the map with the help of meta model. Meta model was a way of chunking down into further details about what is that territory, what are the chunked up notions that people are having that may mean differently to different people. Again, that is based on the principle that everybody has a different model of the world, and we'll chunk down to get the get more of uncovering the map. Okay, the next set of presuppositions is based on the behaviors. First one is people are not their behavior. Every behavior is dependent on the context in which it appears in. And every behavior has a positive intention. Which techniques work on this principle? Yes, thank you, Dilip. Which techniques? Yeah, reframing. Yes. What else? When you're reframing, you are asking, right, what is the positive intention? And then you are delivering a reframe. What else? There was one topic where we did the people are not their behaviors. People are at one level and behavior is at another level. Which was that? Logical levels, exactly. Logical levels. Where you have identity, that is people. And then there is behavior. Between that, there is values and beliefs. There is capabilities, then behavior, and then environment. Environment is the context. So everything that we are looking at, there is something that is a behavior, and then there is something which are the people. So like people, a person, when we say this person, so and so person is abusive, we are labeling that person to be abusive at an identity level. Well, instead of saying if we say this person is abusing, now we have chunked that down at a behavior level. Or further, the person gets abusive, or person starts using abusive language when they are angry, or when something is happening not as per that expectation. Now I've chunked it down further to the context. Because if you look at it, that same person whom you are labeling as abusive may not be abusive in a different context. And what makes that person abusive in a certain context? There could be some positive intention. Maybe the person is trying to protect himself, or warn somebody, or just get a thrill out of it. Whatever it is, there is some positive intention of doing that at that time. So that is logical level. We have seen 6 different levels. What else? 6-step reframe also works on the positive intention, because some behavior that you want to change, when you know that there is a positive intention of that behavior, You don't want to just stop doing that behavior. I mean, your objective is to stop doing the behavior, but it's not about resisting that behavior. When you address the positive intention through some alternate behavior, and when you start applying that alternate behavior, that original negative behavior automatically stops. Because your mind knows that the purpose for which you are doing that original so-called negative behavior is now being addressed. That purpose is being addressed to something else. So that is the positive intention in use. Anchoring uses the concept of the context. You may have a certain resource, a certain state of confidence in a different context. You can bring that in a different context. Maybe you were confident at a time when you were playing a nice sport that you love. Now you need confidence when you are on stage. You've never had confidence when you were on stage. Let's take that example. And now you need confidence, the same kind of confidence that you have on the ground when you're playing your favorite sport. When you anchor that state, that emotional state of confidence in the sport, although it's in a different context, it can help you wherever you need it. Very good. Context is decisive. Yeah. Another one in behavior, which is slightly different from the earlier three. The most important information about a person is their behavior. Where have we used this principle? The most reliable information about a person is the behavior. Rapport, cues, yeah, eye accessing cues, okay. Calibration, exactly. Sensory acuity, calibration. Yeah, we use all of that to create rapport and all. But key thing is that whenever, see, understand how this particular presupposition is different from the earlier one. Earlier we said people are not that behavior, and now we are saying the most reliable information about a person is the behavior. People are not that behavior is from the point of view that don't label a person based on their behavior. Don't generalize it. Don't magnify it. It's not that person, it is that particular behavior. What this one says, the most reliable information about the person is the behavior is in a particular situation or a particular context. If a person's verbal and non-verbal are mismatching, then pay attention to the non-verbal. If the verbal, they are saying something and they are doing something else, pay attention to what they are doing. Which is what we saw when we were doing sensory acuity in calibration. What can you calibrate from a person's behavior in terms of their non-verbal response? Their current behavior. Yeah, use their current behavior. I won't say that people are their current behavior. The most important information about the person is their current behavior. Action speaks louder than words, exactly. And the idea is not necessarily about modifying that current behavior, but taking that as a cue to maybe further question, maybe ask, okay, like a person says, I'm so excited about this. I just can't tell you how much excited I am. Now, verbally he's saying I'm excited. Non-verbally, does he sound excited? So which one do you pick up? This in NLP, it's there in your notes also. This term is called as a simultaneous incongruence. Verbal, non-verbal mismatch. Another fancy jargon. Usko chodo. But when that happens really, you're not going to say, hey, I spotted a simultaneous incongruence. That's not the way you'll react, right? You'll say, now what to do? So if there is a mismatch, before you do any kind of mind read and tell yourself, ye banda jhoot bol raha hai. May not be, he may not be saying lies. You use that information and feed it back to the person in the form of a feedback sandwich. You tell the person, you tell exactly how you saw. You don't tell the person, kya bakwas kar raha hai? Are you trying to fool me? I can see that you are not excited. Not that way. When I say feedback sandwich over here, it is like this. You can tell the person, I am happy to hear from you that you are excited. At the same time, I don't see that same spark which you usually have when you are excited. Remember last time when you were excited, you had that kind of a spark in your physiology was different. Aaj kuch alag hai. And to take this excitement forward, I'm really curious to know that what is happening. Am I missing out on something? Do you want to share something? Now imagine when you ask it this way, when you give a feedback in the form of a feedback sandwich like this, what happens? You get more acceptance. You know that, okay, that person is really, you are really interested more in understanding more about what that person is saying, doing, thinking, feeling. Rather than just saying, oh, you are saying this, but Sunny, I'm smarter than you, I've spotted that you are lying. That is not the purpose at all, right? It is not about how smart you are to detect that there is a mismatch. It is about how you can still stay in rapport and figure out that what is happening. So calibration, sensory acuity, and using that to build rapport, all that is what we saw in most reliable information is the behavior. You use that input also to build rapport, because if you have to match and mirror pace and lead, then this is your primary input for you. Next one, about resources. Everyone makes the best use of whatever resources they have. Sometimes what happens is that we feel that we didn't do the right thing. When we look back in life, we think that we took a wrong decision or we behaved in a wrong manner with someone. This presupposition makes us a bit more forgiving about ourselves. Because whenever we think that we did something not right or things didn't go as per our expectation, we get that enlightenment in hindsight. Baad mein to, of course, we are quite equipped to know, okay, I could have done that, I could have done this. But in that moment, whatever resources we had, we made the best use of that. Even if it was, we got angry and we did something, we had the resource of anger at that time. Maybe we could have used another resource, but that resource was already within us, but we were making use of anger. Whatever resource was there, we made the best use of that. Not only us, sometimes we blame other people that they did not do this, they didn't do what they are supposed to do. But again, they were making the best use of the resources that they had. They did not have the resource that you had. In fact, which principle, which technique helped us to understand this about other people? That they were making the best use of their resources. Reframing is one thing. A technique which involved some other person with whom you had an unfinished business. Perceptual position, yes. Where getting into the other person's point of view, understand that the person did have a positive intention, at least for himself or herself, if not for you. There are no unresourceful states. There are no unresourceful people. There are only unresourceful states. So when we say that we have not made best use of our resources, those resources are there. Let's say I got angry. Now that doesn't mean I am an angry person. I was making the use of the resource of anger, which was not that resourceful. That state of anger was not resourceful. So people are not their state. Again, similar to the earlier one, people are not their behavior. There are no unresourceful people. There are unresourceful states. And sometimes those unresourceful states make us do some unuseful behaviors. So if there are unresourceful states, where are the resourceful states? They are all again within us. Everyone has all the resources that they need. You are getting angry, but you wish I was peaceful and more calmer. Where does that peace and calm come from? It's not an external booster shot. It's all within you. How do you access your own resources? Anchoring, exactly. Anchoring. You may say, I go up on stage and I become nervous. That nervousness, you are not nervous. That nervousness is a state within you. And if you are having that state of nervousness within you, which is an unresourceful state, you will also have a state of confidence within you, which is a resourceful state. They are all there. And anchors are what help us to bring those state on demand. Whenever you need them, you have it at your recall, at your behest. Okay, take anchor here and you get that state again. That's where the principle of anchoring is based on. Swish also, yes. Communication. Meaning of the communication is in the response that you get. You wanted to communicate X, what got communicated is Y. Then the meaning of your communication is Y, not X. What this does is that as a communicator, it puts you into the cause mode. Because the easiest thing to blame is the other person. मैंने तो बोल दिया, उसने सुना नहीं, उसने कुछ और ही कर दिया. That is not the point. That will be taking you into the effect mode. No matter how much that other person is unresponsive or not clear, not understanding what you're saying, what are you doing to make sure that person understands it? It could even be in case of a simple communication or instruction that you want someone to follow. Or it could even be an emotion that you want to express and you want the other person to understand what you're expressing. You may say, I love that person. Why that person is not able to see the love that I'm expressing? Why is that person thinking that I'm negative? Why is that person thinking that I'm just shouting all the time? Well, that is what the other person is seeing. What are you doing to make the other person see your love or your emotion over there? It's like this: if you are going to communicate with someone in your language, let's say you're talking in English, but the other person doesn't understand English. And you blame the other person to say that, no, that person is not even understanding what I'm trying to say. It's not right around, the person is not understanding. That won't help, right? If your outcome is to ensure that the other person gets what you want to understand, then you will either learn their language, or you will have some interpreter or some other way, or you will find up on Google that how do I communicate in that language that they understand. That's exactly what this is over here. And if still there is any resistance, any unresponsiveness, then it is a sign of lack of rapport. Any kind of resistance or unresponsiveness only means that there is some rapport which is missing. Again, putting you into the cause mode. Ask yourself, have you done enough to build rapport? When you may think that there are some people in your life who are just not talking to me, not even willing to budge. What have you done to build rapport? Or let's say rapport is completely broken. What are you doing now to rebuild that rapport? There are many techniques we've already understood in rapport. So which techniques you are working on these principles? One is rapport. What else? Meta model, yeah. Finding out the meaning, yes. Chunking down into detail. Calibration, yes. What else? Milton model, yes. Milton model about communicating in the manner that you intend to communicate. Again, suggesting without sounding suggestive. Instructing without sounding instructive. That is what Milton model is. Meeting them where they are, and then getting a yes from them, talking directly to the subconscious mind. What else? Negotiation. Another principle within communication is that you cannot not communicate. Like in the chat earlier, somebody asked that when some people are not expressive, then what? They are still communicating. Because communication happens through the 3 V's. The 3 V's of communication are verbal, vocal, and visual. Verbal are the words, vocal is the tone, the way in which it is said, and visual is what you see, the expressions, posture, gesture. Even if it's a blank poker face, you know how to detect the eye movements. Even a slight shift in physiology, even that is part of the visual, the non-verbals. Yes, so communication, that's all about communication. And even metaphors, yeah, even metaphors is about relating to the way people understand. Sometimes you are trying to point out something and they are not getting it. Use a metaphor. People often think in terms of visuals. Metaphor changes your words into an image. Now, image could be anything. It could be an image of something that you can relate to. Like the example I shared in the metaphor class, that changed the lane on the highway. Suddenly was parked kaise hua? Because of a metaphor being used. Difference between verbal and vocal. Verbal is what you say, vocal is how you say. Verbal is the words, vocal is your tone, your volume, pitch, way of saying it, the rhythm, the pauses, what words you're stressing on, that is vocal. All right, the next thing is about choices that we have in life. A very, very important principle. The person who has the maximum flexibility will have the maximum influence on the outcome. Let's say I want to travel from Mumbai to Pune. And I say I only travel in first class flights. I have to wait for a flight or I have to have the availability of the first class seat. But if I say I can travel on the road also, then I can just take a cab and go. Or if I don't even have to wait for a cab, let's say I can drive. I can go right now. The more flexible you are, the more influence you will have on others as well as on the outcome. Whatever goal you are having, how flexible you are to look at, explore different ways of achieving that goal. So which technique worked on this? On extending our flexibility? Yes, behavioral flexibility, rapport, negotiation, 3 principles. Yes, what else? Very good, 6-step reframe also. 6-step reframe, what we are doing? We're looking at what are the various alternatives through which that positive intention can be addressed. And remember, in that flow, we said that we don't question the alternatives when we are coming up with the alternatives. We don't think, ye hoga ya nahi hoga. Pehle sab likho, brainstorm on all the alternatives, and then do an ecology check that which alternative works best. So the more alternatives you have, the more influence you will have on addressing that positive intention. Well-formed outcome, yeah, the actions that you do. When you saw in well-formed outcomes that one of the steps there is that notice what is happening and make changes accordingly. Take a feedback from that. It's not only that, okay, this is the only way to do it, I'm going to pursue this only way. When things are not going as you planned, how flexible you are to adapt. Influencing Milton model. There are so many different ways. Meta model, there are so many different questions. Logical levels, yeah, which level, what changes are required. There are so many things that are kind of exploring your flexibility on taking action. And that is connected with the next principle. All procedures should bring more choice and more wholeness. Now, this principle works throughout NLP. Every principle you will look at is about creating more choices rather than restricting it. Yes, goal getting, even chunking. When we are chunking up, down, sideways, we're looking at more and more options. When we are reframing, we are looking at more and more options. And overall, if we take this principle as an overarching principle in NLP, we have learned a lot many tools and techniques in NLP. You may think, okay, to overcome or to address this particular issue, I'm going to use anchoring. Now, on what basis you decided to use anchoring? Maybe anchoring is not the right thing for it. You remember when we were doing the well-formed outcomes, when you attended the session, I had asked you to type in your goals. And some of you typed in states. Now, if you say, no, ye mera goal hai, so I will use well-formed outcome only over there. Not necessary. it's a state, you can use anchor. You can use submodality changes. The point here is that there are so many different tools and techniques available to you in your kitty now that you can easily pick up whatever you want. So every technique in NLP is about anything that you are using. Do not be fixated that I'm going to make sure I apply submodality only on this thing or this particular technique only on this thing. Be flexible, because when you know that there is no failure, there is only feedback. You tried using submodalities and it's not working that great. Okay, what other submodalities can I explore within that submodality itself? Or can I use it in combination with anchoring? You recall on the last day, we did a combination of well-formed outcome, swish, timeline, and perceptual position. Free to merge, integrate things. Whatever works, works. Next one is results, which are the outcomes. Everyone is in 100% control of their mind and therefore 100% in control of the results. Which technique, which process helped us to understand this? Well-formed outcomes, yeah. Reframing, timeline, swish, anchor. Wherever we have some end outcome in mind, we said it first starts with our head. The model that we spoke earlier, the generative success model, it all starts with the beliefs. And then based on that, you take potential, you take action, and then you achieve the results. And again, the meaning making of that results further acts upon the beliefs. So everything is within the mind. All we are doing in NLP is about working on our mind, the conscious mind or subconscious mind, deeper into how the mind is driving the end results. Logical levels, excellence, yes. Belief of excellence, circle of excellence, yes. Mind and body are one, are part of the same unit. Your physiology affects your psychology, and your psychology affects your physiology. This we understood best in anchor. One physiological hook created a psychological response. So mind and body are integrated. Whatever we are doing, we cannot separate the two. Whatever you are, let's say you want to be on stage and you want to be confident and you're not getting that confidence. Let's say anchoring to hai, but let's say you have not created any anchors. Immediately, even if you just adopt the physiology of confidence, you will see that there is an internal shift in your psychology as well. You want to be more cheerful and things are not that happy around you. Immediately, if you smile, you'll notice there is some light of hope coming up. That is the connection between your body and mind. It's not just one way, it's two ways. And then the final one. If someone can do it, anyone can do it. Which process or which technique helped us for this? Strategies, exactly. In fact, in Master Practitioner, we see that how we can use other people's strategy and apply them in your own self. In Practitioner, we have seen a simple corollary of that. If someone can do it, anyone can do it. And if I have done it before, I can do it again. This principle forms the crux of modeling. Modeling success, yes, modeling successful behavior is based on this principle. So now you can see how you can integrate all of this. You may have a well-formed outcome you want to work on. So outcome orientation is there. You notice what is happening. You apply your anchors, you know your resources, you know your clarity of mind, you know who you have to communicate with, you know you have to build rapport with people. All this you can integrate and keep practicing whatever you have learned. One more added bonus, as I mentioned earlier once, is a complete mind map of the entire course, whatever topics we have covered. So you can keep this. Some people prefer to take a printout of this and keep it laminated in front of them, so they know it keeps you reminded that, yeah, you have learned this and you know how to integrate all of this in your day-to-day behavior. So I will be sharing this also with you. Okay, both these mind maps will be shared in the group today. Okay, so good recap. Yep, good. Wonderful. So all ready to take the learning forward, right? Excellent. Top of the world. Okay, good. Super. Thank you. All right. So now it's time for the moment that we were all waiting for. Before I announce the names of people who have got certified, already WhatsApp pe to chal hi raha hai. People are saying, I am somewhere feeling कि आज अगर certification के नाम नहीं बताया तो भी चलेगा. WhatsApp पे already list आ चुका है. Merit list and the results list have already been declared. So I want to share one experience with you all about me going through your assignments. I'm really happy, and kind of happy is not the word. I'm elated to see the way you have all integrated the learnings in your day-to-day life, how you are using it. And the way sometimes when I read, the way even in which I have not taught, some of you have gotten ahead and used that in that context. And that is kind of the real success, the real joy for me and Pawan. So far in the 10 sessions, we have been giving you aha moments, right? But when we look at your assignments, we get aha moments. That's how wonderfully you all apply it. So thank you for sharing the way you have applied it. Amazing, fantastic. So congratulations to all of you. Now, I will put up the list of the names. The certificates will be there in a Google Drive, which the link will be shared on the group immediately after the session. So you can download your certificate as well. I'll just put the names of people who have got certified. So what are we going to do when we look at the names? If it was a real life session, I mean, real life as in the physical session, what would you do? Clap, celebrate? How? How would you celebrate? By clapping? Okay. Party? Yeah. Cheering? Shout out? Yes. So I've unmuted you all. Okay. So let's make it as if it's a real life celebration. You can unmute and you can shout and cheer. Are you ready for the names?
Yes.
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 Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Very.
Happy.
Don't give it here.
Yes.
You have given freedom to all the kids, Mehernosh. Everybody is going to enjoy.
Okay, so let's clap for everyone.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Is this the maximum
Yes.
practitioner?
Congratulations to everybody.
Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations to everyone.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to
Mama's
name is also there.
amazing.
This is the
Now a
convocation.
new journey has just started. A lot of learning more to do. So thank you all, both the gurus. And it's a new journey, new life, and new, I would say, a wonderful life ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Wish you all the very best and take the learning forward. And
My name is missing.
Dr. Shaila, ऐसा कैसा हो गया? ये है ना इधर?
अच्छा डी में चला गया. ओके
हाँ,
ओके ओके.
आपने जो
मैं एस में ढूंढ रही थी. यस यस.
That's right. Please reach out.
Congratulations to all the 83 people.
Yes, congratulations to everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations to all the
Thank you,
participants.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Congrats to all
Congratulations
the
to
guys.
everyone. Thank you, everyone.
You guys rock.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Shivani is having a good background.
Lessons.
Oh,
Thank you for helping us rewiring our brains,
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You have done it.
relearning, unlearning. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. So your certificates will be there in the WhatsApp group in the form of a link, so you can download it. And what you can do with the certificate?
Helping to client and
Client,
ourselves
okay.
also.
Yeah, self certificate में क्या करोगे? वो तो आप practice knowledge का करोगे. Add in LinkedIn, yes. Wow. Shivani has already put the graduation background.
Yeah.
Yes.
Graduation gap. Yes.
Yes, we'll take a group photo as well. Yes, we'll do that. So we can do that if you're able to do the graduation hood, then we can all put that and we'll take a group photo together.
I don't know how to do it.
You feel so elated on graduation day too. Okay, good, good. Congratulations. Flaunt it, yes. In earlier days, where we used to flaunt the certificate, we used to put it on the wall, right?
Yes.
आज के ज़माने में कोई wall ऐसा रहा नहीं, कोई घर पे आता नहीं है. Everything is like online mostly. So which is the wall that we have now?
WhatsApp status.
social
Social media.
Social media, yes. So flaunt your certificate all over. Let people know that you are now certified practitioners of NLP, a very powerful tool, a life-changing tool.
Yeah.
Good. All right. And how are you going to continue the practice?
Our evening sessions are going on, and of course we will be joining that Wednesday class also.
Yes. So this Wednesday there will be a session. We'll invite you all. Please join that. Every alternate Wednesday we have a learning session, a practice session. So that keep you in touch. Good. What else?
Just a quick thing about putting your certificate on the wall. Why should you do it? What do you get by putting the certificate on the wall? On putting it on social media? Some people are of the strategy that I'll put it everywhere, let people know. Some people are that what's the point of saying I got it, I am happy, I got my knowledge. Right? So I'll tell you what happens when you put it on the wall. Number one, people get to know that you are learning. What is your opinion in general about other people who keep
Sir, you're not audible.
Wait, I have
Yes,
to-
your voice is breaking.
Yeah, I've just muted everything. So yeah, Pawan. Now you can go ahead.
I switched off my video because I'm on a low internet right now. Okay. So what's your opinion about people who generally learn more? Do you respect them more or do you disrespect them more? You respect them more, correct? So when you learn more, people are going to respect you. But how would people know that you learn more? When they see your certificates. A certificate technically is a piece of paper. However, if it is used very well, then it is very good in terms of establishing a connect, establishing a profile, establishing a social status, establishing a lot more. Fine. A person who is more learned and more knowledge is obviously respected more. So flaunt your certificates, not because you want to show off, but because you want to get that respect. Fine. When you show these certificates to people, more knowledge is more learned people want to talk to you. When more learned and more knowledge people talk to you, you get more interaction with these kind of people, thereby you become even more learned and knowledge. Right? The amount of people that do gossip with you reduces and the amount of people that do smart interactions with you increases. That is one advantage of showing this certificate. Second advantage is obviously recognition.
you knowing, people knowing you did this, strengthening your profile, recognition, etc., etc. If you are into a job of any kind of management, people management, then you must write NLP practitioner in your resume for sure. It is a very powerful element. It is not a degree as such, but it is equivalent to a degree, and it has its weightage when it comes to management roles. Of course, NLP master practitioner is even more considered there, but NLP practitioner also has its due weightage. Okay. And third, of course, just like you get an advantage, we also get an advantage. More and more people get to know that, okay, if this person has got trained, they also get to see our names. Okay, these are the people who trained them. So humko bhi aur log mil jate. Right? We also get more people to teach to, and we really want to spread this knowledge to more and more people. Right? So of course, it's not that we don't have an advantage. We also have an advantage, but the primary reason why you should do so is because you get recognition and respect. Okay. So that's about sharing your certificates. Mehernosh, over to you. Sorry for that.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So now what next? Take it forward for how are you going to take your learning to the next level? Apply it, practice. Yes. How will we practice it? Being more aware, very interesting. Yes. Firstly, become aware about what you are doing right now. Where all you want to make the change. Yes. In your self-talk, day-to-day life. Practice is not something that you need to remove time separately to practice. And this is something that we've been repeating throughout the sessions also. The real learning is going to happen outside the classroom, and to practice every moment, every opportunity outside you is for practicing. How many of y'all here are ready to take it to the next level? Good. So I'll just invite Pawan again. Yeah, Pawan.
Yes. So one way to practice is, of course, with people around you. Second way to practice is the Wednesday sessions. Or the alternate Wednesday, we will invite you all into those sessions, and please feel free to join. The more people that join, because there you will get more people outside of people who did NLP with you. Outside of your set of people, the previous all our NLP students come there. A lot of them come there for practice sessions, so that will be helpful. Now, another way to really take this practice to the next level is to continue your learning with people who have already taken it to the next level. People who have already chosen it to take to the next level, which means the master practitioner level. When you join that course, obviously for 6 full months, you are going to be with people who have appreciated NLP, who have respected NLP, and who are practicing enough and learning it to the next level. And in this master practitioner course, the sessions that we are going to do are guided sessions. Fine. It's not only practice as in, you have your groups and then you go and do your practice. Every week, twice a week, we guide you how to practice, what to practice, and then those sessions carry on. Okay. So you have a wonderful group of people. And this time we really have wonderful people in the master practitioners batch who have been practicing well through the practitioners as well, who were pioneers in the group, who were really talking a lot to people, who were really setting up sessions by themselves, etc. Fine. We have, for example, we have Tejinder Sethi here. Teji, are you there? Mehernosh, can you unmute her?
Yeah.
And by the way, you don't have to complete your assignment to learn master practitioners. Like I said, to learn something, you don't need a certificate. If you've seen 3 Idiots, what do you need to go to school? You need a uniform. That's it. Yeah, to uniform bhi nahi chahiye. Fine. But to get certified as a master practitioner, of course, you need to be first certified as a practitioner. So we have Teji here, who has completed our master practitioner course, now completed our assignment of practitioner and master practitioner both. Okay. And then certified as both. But the point is people, the learning, the level that it goes to is amazing. Teji, can you speak a few words about your experience through our master's course, and then we take it forward?
Absolutely.
By the way, Teji is a director with a renowned multinational. There it is. I don't know if I should take the name, but it is there in her background with Capgemini. Teji, over to you, please.
Thank you so much, Pawan and Mehernosh. It's an honor, and I know I'm going to get a practitioner today and next week masters. I was late in submitting my assignments. It's a big aha moment for me, and about NLP, I would just speak about, what NLP has brought to my life, and I'm sure it's going to enrich each one of your life. And that's what I wrote in my NLP assignment. And I spoke to Mehernosh also when I met him personally this week, that, till the time I learned NLP, I generally, in the life journey, we all feel like, mind is such a complex thing to manage and handle. Till the time I had learned NLP, that is the mind read, or that is the value, or that is the belief I carried. And just like, anything is complex, but, you need the right training, you need the right mentors and the gurus to simplify it. So with NLP, learning NLP with the guidance of Mehernosh and Pawan, I just felt like it is so simplified that you now are confident that I can manage this mind myself, my mind and others' mind myself. So I actually compared it like, we want to learn dance. Many of us have a fear of learning dance. Dance is very difficult, right? But the trainer actually makes it very simplified by saying dance is in steps, right? And they say 1, you do this, 2, you do this, 3, you do this. So it's, and I'm a very process-centric person, and that's how I looked at NLP. It's a very structured process approach to bring changes to your mind to empower you. And what better than that? I actually felt doing NLP is the best gift I have given to myself. That's how I feel about this training program. I would encourage whoever, if possible, with your schedule, please do go for the masters. You would not understand, what you are getting into. I would say this is the Brahmastra of your life. Learning NLP is so good. It's not just your lives. You can touch many, many more lives, like Mehernosh and Pawan. While it is their training, is their profession, I still feel, even out of the profession, they're doing so much goodness to the world. And once again, thank you to Mehernosh and Pawan.
Thank you so much, Teji. Thank you for your kind words.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great.
Mehernosh, I'm just sharing in the group a pic. If everybody can put it on their Zoom, and then the pictures would be very good. The flaunting of the this graduation. I'm just putting it in the group. If everybody can just add as background effects on there, then the picture would be very good. So it will be same picture with everyone, if possible. Whoever feels they want to keep a different picture.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's about it. I highly recommend that you all join the master practitioners. It's going to be a wonderful journey. We promise you over the next 5 months until the end of November. And you are going to enter 2023 with a very, very different image of yourself in your mind and of yourself in other people's mind as well. And end of the day, that is what matters, right? So I really invite you all. You still have time today and tomorrow. Take your decision and join the masters. It is starting on 1st of August. That's coming Monday evening, 7:30 to 9 p.m. every Monday and Thursday. And if you think I don't have that kind of a time, I don't have that kind of a schedule, is not possible. I don't know how to make time in the evening. I already have so many other things to do. I am a homemaker. I have to cook food. I am a working professional. I have calls, this, that. Then today and tomorrow, I invite you to join my 25th hour, which I'm doing today 10 to 6 and tomorrow 10 to 6. It's a 2 days training. I'll also teach you how to create time. Fine. And this one is a free session, by the way. If you don't have information of that, you can drop me or Mehernosh a message and we will get back to you. I know the group has become full, but drop me a personal message. I will send you the Zoom link in reply. Okay. Fair. Great. All ready for your certificates? Ready?
Right, with background and everything. Okay, great. TGV into the background. Good. So switch on your cameras, everyone. Let's take a picture. For everyone to switch it on.
Okay. So this is like our group photograph.
Yes. Okay, you can go to virtual background and you can put the background. Nahi bhi ho raha hai to chalega. It's okay. Whoever can do it. Wow. Good. All
So
cameras on.
Mehernosh, in that
Yeah.
case, I and you should come in a red robe, right? For this ceremony.
Mehernosh, actually, the masters, we can put this, we can, make it standard that, everybody put this background so that it is ready when we come for the convocation.
Yes. Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yes.
Okay.
Super.
Good. So huge smiles. Keep your smiles on because I don't know who will get captured in which screenshot. Ready? Smile.
हंसते रहो.
Keep smiling.
हंसते रहो. NLP सीखा है तो घुसते रहो.
I guess this is the biggest batch, right, Pawan? Of the certification batch? 83?
No.
Oh, we have bigger number, is it?
Yeah.
Earlier in the lockdowns, when everybody was at home, we had even larger number.
Wow.
Good. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And congratulations once again to all of you.
Hearty congratulations. And now's the time to show your certificates.
Yes. The certificates link has been shared in the group already. So you can download your certificate and proudly share it with your friends, family members, everyone. And congrats once again. All right. So anything anyone wants to say or ask, or you can raise your hand, or we can otherwise close for the day and keep the learning forward over the Wednesday sessions and the master practitioner. Yeah, link Satish is there in the WhatsApp group. Yeah, Sriram.
Yeah. So
just one moment, Mehernosh. Guys, what I'm doing is I am putting the Zoom link for my 25th hour in the chat box here as well. So you guys have it. Those who want to join, please feel free to join. But join only if you can join for 2 full days. Otherwise, don't join even for a minute. Because otherwise you join initially, then you drop off, and those who wanted to join don't get to join because our Zoom account has a limit. Okay, great. Carry on.
Thank you. Yeah, Sriram.
So, Mehernosh and Pawan, from all of us, thank you very much for teaching us this, coaching us, guiding us. I can't really express something bigger than this. It was a total roller coaster ride, and I did something quite crazy. I usually stay in the background and don't interact with people, but every time I just went out there and did whatever I need to do. It was very challenging, but you gave that challenge, confidence and courage to do this. So thank you very much.
Awesome. So nice to know that. Thank you, Sriram.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's an example of behavioral flexibility as well. That there is a pattern and what you can do to go beyond that pattern. So thanks and congrats to you for making it happen.
Hi everybody, how are you?
Hey Pinaki,
like I was almost spellbound throughout the morning. It's a great moment for me. I want to thank Mehernosh, I want to thank Pawan. इनका तो thanks देने का कोई limit नहीं है. कितना भी मैं thanks दे दूं, it is still, there's still something is there. I want to thank each and every participant who allowed me to be who I am right now. I'm just having goosebumps right now. I just want to thank each one of you for giving me this opportunity, for whoever I am right now, a transformed person, which happened over a period of almost last 5 months. And it took a shape over last 1 month, or I would say last 45 days. It took a different shape altogether. Like Mehernosh and Pawan can see when I was in the first session in the month of March and whatever I've become today. The journey is fantastic. The journey is fantastic. That's why last night I was talking about this companion thing. If that companion had not been there, that company had not been there, your company, I might be on the same journey with the same destination, but whatever I have achieved is beyond that thought. It is far, far, far beyond that outcome orientation or well-formed goal. It is much beyond that. It was absolutely unimaginable. So that's the invitation for all of you. Join us and stay with us on the Master Practitioner course. I don't want to miss any of you. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, Pinaki. And thanks for taking your journey forward to the next level of excellence. Hi, Abida.
Yeah, hi. I just like to say that, when I started this journey, I was held up with many things which kept me too busy. And somewhere this journey was little getting up like a choking thing because of, weekly things, assignment at the end of the this course and all these things. But what I found was, I found my trainers to be very, very, very flexible. They made my journey very smooth, beautiful, I can say the word, because it really looked beautiful. I was like, thinking what will happen, my assignment, my challenges, and the responsibilities, whichever I was carrying along, I was thinking it's not going to work out, and I was thinking, am I overloading myself with all these things? But thank you, Mehernosh, whenever I have contacted you. And if I'd have contacted Pawan also, I'm sure, you both would have made it very, smooth for me, beautiful for me. And one more thing I'd like to add is the evening practice session that people do it. I'll say, people, please join up if you can. The morning session also, you should join up. I mostly join it up in the evening. You get a lot of learning. And what NLP teaches is, first, to be aware of yourself, which is very important. We all are lost in this world. Somewhere we are trying to find out about ourselves first and then know about the world. And this is the best platform to do it. And this will make you heal up very much, which we need it in today's world. Healing is very important, and this does it. Thank you, Mehernosh. Thank you, Pawan, and every one of you over here who has made my journey very smooth and beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Abida.
Great. Thank you, Abida. Thank you for these wonderful words. I see Vamsi has just joined into the Masters as well. Thank you, Vamsi. And by the way, how many of you are already into Masters? Can you type in the chat box me? How many of you are already into the Masters? You know what? More than you, it's me and Mehernosh who are very excited because Masters is something that we really look forward to. And it starts only twice a year. So we are even more excited starting day after. It's a wonderful thing for us. Great, super. Carry on.
Thank you. Good. Looking forward to an exciting journey at the Masters. Yes. Yeah, Dr. Hindusam.
Hi, everyone. This is me, Dr. Hindusam here. As for NLP, when I started the journey, it was a tough time for me. I was not sure whether I could complete it. Really, everyone here was so beautiful. They compelled me, and then I took my journey forward. And it was really exciting in the classes and in the practice sessions too. It made me a wonderful time. And what I got from this was, it enhanced me further. It developed my emotions. I made a lot of learning. I could practice it on my clients, on myself and the clients, making me a better version of myself and making them happy too. Really, it was exciting, entertaining, and enlightened. I'm so happy to be here, and I thank every one of you for being in my journey. So I extend my special thanks to Mehernosh sir and Pawan sir for making this journey very beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being part of the journey. Thank you. Yes, Milind.
Yeah. For me, it's a very right opportune moment I had joined NLP because I'm in Bangalore and day for yesterday, Supreme Court has passed an order that the municipal election has to be completed within the next fortnight or something. So on all probability, by September 15th, its election is on, and we from Bangalore the citizens who had no experience of politics have actually formed a political party because we realize Bangalore, which is supposed to be IT capital, startup capital, huge 10 crores of funds are being spent every year on road infrastructure. For those who are in Bangalore or those who have been coming here, it's a pothole city. You don't have to go to moon to see the craters. Bangalore is full of that. Every space, right from the international airport to any place. So all that we are trying to do, we participate, standing for the election, and that's what I'm going to do for my ward. I'm also not in the ward, I'm also the ward coordinator for the entire CV Ramanagar Assembly from the Bangalore Nirman Party, people like any individual like us, right from scrap dealers to garbage marshal to very well-off people. Everyone are the businessmen, professionals. I am our founder is from I am Bangalore, from Blitz Planning. So that's how the things are. And we are trying to start this journey. So it's going to be a lifetime with all the small techniques, because to meet the grassroots level, talk in their local language, understand them. So all NLP small techniques which you are given will be a tool for me. And I need to use that and see for myself. So thank you. And I'll be continuing in the master's journey.
Welcome on board. Thank you. Thank you for sharing and wish you all the best for the election. All right, so let's take the journey forward from here. This is not the end, it's just the beginning. And keep practicing and keep being part of the community of practice as far as possible. And all the good practice which you're already doing, you don't have to, one more thing, you don't have to wait for a Wednesday to practice. Right? Practice is all around you. And even if you can get into smaller practice groups, the way you've been doing right now, keep that up. Good. One more thing, you'll be getting a link to join the alumni group. There is an alumni group on WhatsApp. It's only an admin-only group. So there you will not be able to interact, but we'll keep putting up our announcements of the Wednesday sessions over there. So you can join that. So make sure you join the alumni group. That link will be shared in the WhatsApp group of the current group. And make sure you continue in the WhatsApp group where the practice and all is going on among you. Now that original WhatsApp group is now your group. So you can interact, take the practice forward. Apart from that, we'll also be sharing a link of a feedback form. So please do share your feedback. Now, feedback here is different from the testimonial. Testimonial, of course, we were expecting to hear nice things. Feedback, we expect to hear real, critical feedback also. So feel free to tell where all we can work on the course, what things we can improve on, and we will definitely take that into our account to go forward. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, Prithvi, sure. Prithvi is here. Great. Hi, Prithvi.
Hi, sir. Good morning, everyone. Sir, I will share one real life experience by using the NLP tools. I was benefited a lot. Sir, my father was went into coma on 14th of July, and he was not feeling well. He was a stroke affected patient, and we were taking care of him at home. And he was commuting with the support, and he was unable to speak since 4 years. But on July 14th, he fell in the bed and he went into coma. Then doctors told a chances of 50-50% to get the conscious. And next day on 15th, we did the operation, and doctors told that only 10% possibility is there and 90% is a risk. Then from the day 14th, I contacted Tabit sir. Then I was also using the NLP tools, or speaking with him and making the touch movements and all. Then wonderful thing is after 4 or 5 days, the NLP way of talking, encouraging him, motivating him, using the empowering words has helped us a lot. Even doctor was also surprised that after 4 or 5 days, he opened his eyes, he started responding, and doctor himself was surprised a lot that he is recovering a lot. And every day I was using the empowering words whenever I meet him. I had a chance to meet him in ICU ward, or whenever I was staying with him in the night in the wards, I was always speaking with him, using the empowering words, which I learned in NLP course, in Practitioner, then in Masters. And I'm very, very much grateful to you both of you, then all my wonderful learners for this great opportunity, which I could able to save my father from a great risk. And it's one of the greatest gifts in my life.
Yeah,
And
God
not
bless.
only NLP has helped me in my personal life with dealing with my family, then also in my professional career, I've improved a lot. I'm experiencing the benefits I'm getting by this by this course and the learnings.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And
Sir. I'm grateful to Tabib sir for his whenever I used to send a message to me in midnight, he was at US, he used to respond to me, he used to guide me. Every day he used to pray for my father. He was advising me what to do, what all to speak. And not only him, in ICU ward, I was whenever I get opportunity, I was speaking to other patients also. I was using the empowering words there also with the other patient attenders also. Thank you,
wonderful.
sir.
Wonderful.
I request all the learners to take your next step ahead by taking the master course, which will help you a lot. As Teji Madam was telling, it's a wonderful gift we can give to ourselves. Brahmastra.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Pawan, sir.
Prithvi is our master practitioner, and nice. It's a pleasant surprise for us to see you here, Prithvi. Thank you, and thanks for sharing.
Yes,
and love and regards and prayers for your father, and hope he stays healthy and active.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Dr. Bachu.
Good morning, and all for such a wonderful session, and I enjoyed it throughout the session. And thanks for all the group members. I'm very confident, and I'm going to use these techniques, and I know this is going to change my life, and I will enjoy it more with these NLP techniques.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Wish you all the best. Yes, Teji.
Mehernosh, there are 2 or 3 doctors in this session. So I just want to tell them that, when you enroll into the masters, you see you'll hear stories from some of the earlier batch doctors who are actually practicing this, using this with their patients and helping their patients overcome their, some of their mind patterns just through conversation. Isn't it amazing? And it's not just doctors. Some of us can start doing this, with our near and dear ones. So Tabib ji is the person about whom Prithvi spoke. He has attended 18th time Practitioner Mehernosh. He's repeatedly attending Practitioner 18th time. He's attended masters, all the batches ever since it has started, and he's actually practicing this NLP to heal patients. And there are amazing case studies that he shares in the group. So I would strongly say the doctors, you're going to get much more benefit, from the master's program. And it's not just for yourself, it will be for your patients as well, that you can add value.
Thank you for sharing that. Good. So thanks a lot, everyone. And stay connected with the learnings and with the community, and keep practicing. Thank you so much. So with that, I think we can say goodbye till we meet again very soon. Bye.
Thank you so much, friends, for joining in. It was a wonderful journey with you all. Thank you and take care. Have a great life ahead.